Torrential hurricanes, devastating droughts, crippling ice storms, and raging heat waves all are extreme weather phenomena that can claim lives and cause untold damage. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Adam here, and today we will discuss further about 3 ways climate change will affect you. Okay, before that, I will give you a brief explanation. Somehow, climate change influences severe weather by causing longer droughts and higher temperatures in some regions and more intense deluges in others, say climate experts. Among the most vulnerable are communities in exposed mountain and coastal regions. In those settings worldwide, citizens are adjusting to new weather realities by strengthening warning, shelter, and protection system. As you can see up here, this is the catastrophic events such as Hurricane Sandy, Japan earthquake tsunami, Hurricane Katrina, and Hurricane Ivan, and also the Hurricane Andrew in 1990. First of all, rising seas, rising concerns. Climate change may not cause a particular storm, but rising sea levels can worsen its impact. In 2012, a 9-foot storm surge from Hurricane Sandy hit New York City at high tide, making the water 14 feet higher than normal at the tip of Manhattan. Flooding destroyed neighborhoods and beaches in outer boroughs. The sea level in this area is rising by more than an inch each decade, twice as fast as the global average, and is predicted to rise 11 to 21 inches by 2050. To prepare, the city is implementing coastal resiliency measures. A multi-use project will create more green spaces for city residents, as well as a system of flood walls, berms, and retractable barriers for enhanced storm protection. Okay, second, surviving storms. A fierce a fierce cyclone hits Bangladesh about every 3 years. In 1991, Cyclone Marian killed 140,000 people. In 2007, Cyclone Cedar flattened 565,000 homes. But a warning system and fortified shelters helped limit death to 3,500 only. But it's still. Yes, today restoring coastal mangrove and hillside forests aims to stave off surging seas, landslides, and floods during future storms. And last but not least, succumbing to heat. The global average temperature in May 2015 was the highest on record. In India, some 2,200 people perished during a 10-day heat wave when reported highs hit 113 Fahrenheit, which is 45 degrees Celsius. To cope, the city of Ahmedabad offered potable water and cooling centers in high-risk areas and trained health aides to treat heat-related illness. The call to all climate change solutions is reducing greenhouse gas emissions, which is must get to as low as zero as soon as possible, because both forests and oceans play vitally important roles in regulating our climate. Increasing the natural ability of forests and oceans to absorb more carbon dioxide can also help stop global warming. The main ways to stop climate change are to pressure government and business. Okay, first, protect the oceans. Oceans also absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which helps to keep our climate stable. But many are overfished, used for oil and gas drilling, or threatened by deep sea mining. Protecting oceans and the life in them is ultimately a way to protect ourselves from climate change. Second, reduce how much people consume. Our transport, fashion, food, and other lifestyle choices all have different impacts on the climate. This is often by design. Fashion and technology companies For example, we release far more products than are realistically needed. But while reducing consumption of these products might be hard, it's most certainly worth it. Reducing overall consumption in more wealthy countries can help put less strain on the planet. And third, reduce plastic. This is the most important one. Plastic is made from oil, and the process of extracting, refining, and turning oil into plastic, which is or even polyester for clothing, is surprisingly carbon intense. It doesn't break down quickly in nature, so a lot of plastic is burned, which contributes to emissions. Demand for plastic is rising so quickly that creating and disposing of plastics will account for 70% of the global carbon budget by 2050. This is the emissions count we need to stay within according to the Paris Agreement. It is easy to feel overwhelmed and to feel that climate change is too big to solve. But we already have the answers. Now it's a question of making them happen. To work, all of these solutions need strong international cooperation between governments and businesses, including the most polluting sectors. Okay, so the solution have been discovered. And right now, it is just on us to make actions and to make all of this happen. But before that, let we all visualize it first. Let's use our imagination and imagine that what if all of these climate change problems have been settled down and we, I mean all of us, grabbing our future grandchildren's hand and then we brought them walking along the beach or in the zoo or in the safe forest. We brought them and we told them that this is the beach, this is the animal, this is the forest that I myself have nurtured and preserved only for you, my beloved grandchildren. So, what are we waiting for? Why we still hesitate? And for you, my audience, I want to ask, what is your contribution to this world? You say that you love the world, right? So, prove it. Let's save our planet together. So, that's all from me. Nur Adam Bihasna Azan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Signing off from the GT.